Hey, this is Scott. Thanks for checking out this video, and
I'm Sheri.
we're glad you're here. This is our first night camping in the Sylvan Scout GO camper, and we are so excited. But one of the things we're going to do in a few videos is show you things we like about this camper and things that we wish we would have known, and maybe help other people, because there aren't a whole lot of videos about this camper out there. But we watched them all before we bought this and before we came on the first camping trip, right?
We did. We went down that rabbit hole that I'm assuming you're in right now because you found us.
So we won't talk too much about the camper in this video, but we'll say that it's awesome. We got here at 8:43 last night. There were storms in the area with 80-mile-an-hour winds, and we saw that they were going to clear out about 7 o'clock. And by the time we got out here, it was 8:43, and it was dark by 9 o'clock. So the first pro tip we have is,
Don't arrive at your campsite after dark if you have to set up a tent or a Sylvan Go.
especially if it's your first time. Although
Yes.
we set this up in the driveway when we first got it, so we did have experience setting up one time, and that helped a lot. So that would be a good tip. If you get this camper, make sure you practice setting it up at home before you actually have to do it for real. But
It really is super intuitive, and I think they said in one of their videos that it's symmetrical. So like if you know how to put the pole into this corner, all four corners are exactly the same.
yep, super easy. We also put the awning up last night. We didn't do this in the driveway at our test run, so this is the first time we put the awning up, and it was super easy too, even in the dark. But a couple things we want to talk about as we collected materials that we would need for camping. One, we picked up a Coleman stove, which is pretty standard, although there are a couple of different options out there, and I really went back and forth about which one we wanted to get. I'm totally happy with the one we've got. It's got like a grill and a stove on the same platform. So I got up, and first thing I did was cook some coffee, get that going, and then we had breakfast this morning, and that was a lot of fun, and that grill worked out great. I'll put a link to that in the description. The other thing that we're going to have to kind of tweak as we go is lighting. So
Definitely, which again, we learned because we got here and it was dark. We have a few different things, just random things that we kind of already had around the house that we were trying to use. But when we were on our Walmart shopping excursion, before we headed out, we bought these little stakes, solar powered. So you just have to set them in direct sunlight. And in theory, you should be able to kind of set them around your campsite and illuminate. That is not the case. So you get what you pay for, which I believe these were like $4 for a set of 6 of them. So we do not recommend. 10 out of 10, do not recommend.
this was an impulse purchase. We thought, oh, this will be cool. It's $4, and no,
Yeah, nope, 10 out of 10.
don't buy those things. They're worthless.
However, we do have something we recommend.
So I bought these off Amazon. I call them headlights. I bought a pair of these on Amazon. I'll put a link to the item in the description. But they're rechargeable, and they've got an LED strip and a spotlight. So I don't know if we'll blow out the light on this, but you can see the strip there, and it has a lower power setting. Then it has a higher power headlight and a lower power headlight. So when we got here last night, that's the first thing I did was found this and put it on, and it was invaluable in setting up this tent. And actually, once we got in the tent, we just would turn it on and just set it down, and this is really bright. So again, I think they were like 20, 25 bucks, worth every penny. So
Yeah, that was the savior of last night as we were setting this up. And the two things about it that I think are so important is because it's that headband, it goes wherever you're looking. So if you're trying to dig through a crate, or like the Sylvan Go has kind of a trunk in the front of this that you can't see right now, but there's a whole lot of stuff that you keep in there, and you're opening and closing it a lot as you're going through the setup. And when you look down to look in whatever you're digging through, you have light, and it also keeps you hands free. So you're not like, we couldn't find our second one. And so I was like using the light on my phone which helped. Not as bright, and also took one of my hands, which makes it harder when you're trying to set up a tent. So that headband light, I can't even imagine what last night would have been like without it.
Highly recommended. So the next step we'll do is get some string lights. I don't know what type we'll get. We've been looking at a lot of those online as well. But we'll put some string lights in the actual tent, and then we'll also put some out here under the awning. But I think that's it for this video. Again, we'll kind of dive in a little deeper with the Sylvan GO. One reason is we'll dive in deeper is because I bought this to haul my motorcycle so I could go on camping trips, motorcycle camping trips. And I like the fact that you can use it as a toy hauler. So I'll put together a video at some point showing how I do that and how it works for that. I've already tested that out and it does work. It's just a little tricky, and there are literally no videos about using it like that on YouTube that we could find anywhere.
Yeah, not for a motorcycle. They show
Right.
you with a four-wheeler, but a motorcycle was a totally different deal when
Yeah.
we were trying to work through it.
But it does work for that, and I'll put together a video for that later, and we'll put together more videos about our experience camping as rookie campers. So
That's
thanks
right.
for checking out this video.
Yeah, if you are kind of new to camping and want to follow our journey, we're going to keep making videos. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.